Okay, welcome to Eyes Open Media. Okay, so let's talk about U.S. President Barack Hussein Obama arrives in Cuba for historic visit. Okay, so there he is with Michelle Obama. U.S. Barack Obama and his family landed in Havana's at Jose Marti International Airport on March 20th, 2016 for a 2-day historic visit. Okay, they're only staying for 2 days. I think they're also going down to where are they going? They're going to South. They're going almost to they're going to Argentina, basically the tip of Argentina, where it's almost next to connect, where it's close to the Antarctica. Okay, they're gonna be there on the 23rd, 24th, 25th, somewhere around there, 23rd, 24th, 25th, somewhere around there. Kind of strange to be going in that area, but either way. And let's see here. It says U.S. President Barack Obama has arrived in Cuba for an historic visit, becoming the first sitting president to travel to the island's nation in nearly 90 years. Obama's arrival on Sunday afternoon was eagerly anticipated in the capital, Havana. Uh, let's see, according to Associated Press. And Obama tweeted out, Cuba, or Cuba. I don't know I don't know Cuban slang, so I wouldn't know, the correct language for that. But he put that on his Twitter on the landing, and it says using Cuban slang to ask what's going on. So Cuba is what's going on. Okay, so I learned something new today. So it says just touched down here, looking forward to meeting and hearing directly from the Cuban people. Okay, so a lot of Cubans have mixed messages on Obama because of the American past. So some of them hate Obama and some of them like Obama. Okay, so it's a mixed feeling, and so Obama wants to come down here and see them firsthand and see the Cuban people firsthand, I guess. So it says during his 2-day trip, Obama is expected to meet with his Cuban counterpart, Royal Castro, and representatives of the private sector. The U.S. president will also deliver a historic speech in Havana, and effort to establish a new relationship between the Cold War era foes. Okay, so it says U.S. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi and Senator Patrick Leahy, Dick Durbin, and Congressman Jeff Flake also joined the president aboard Air Force One, along with the First Lady Michelle Obama and the daughters Malia and Sasha Obama. So everybody came down to Cuba for the historic visit. Interesting. Um, Okay, it says, I'll travel to Cuba to advance our progress and efforts that can improve the lives of Cuban people. Obama tweeted last month, we still have differences with the Cuban government and that I will raise directly. America will also stand for human rights around the world. Man, okay, well, it's like, okay, so he wants advancement and progress and the improvement of Cuban lives. Okay, so I guess that's why he wants to go there. That's why I guess he's there. And here's the picture of as you see there, Air Force One carrying the U.S. President, Nancy Pelosi, and all the other people, including Barack Obama's family in the neighborhood of Havana as they approach the runway. So you see people looking up and seeing that huge plane. They've never seen planes like that. As you see here in the picture, they're still living in the 1970s. I mean, they have Beatles and just beat down villages and places and they're still living like it's 1970 in Cuba. Okay, so they when they see something like that is huge. I mean, they're looking up. They stop traffic and look up and like, wow, that is just amazing to them. Okay, so to us it's normal life. To them it's something amazing. So if you look at this picture, it looks like it's from 1971, 1960, 68, but it's not. It's from today. So I mean, that's amazing, isn't it? And of course, this the president and Michelle and the Secret Service, and then here on the left side you see the Cuban people, and then of course the Barack Obama's daughters in the back there. Um. Okay, so he's shaking the hand. U.S. President Barack Hussein Obama is shaking the hand of Cuban Foreign Minister Bruno Rodriguez. Okay, and it looks like it's raining. Okay, so it's they come and it's raining. Okay, the Lord brought rain to the party. Looks like the Lord said, "If you're going to Cuba, I'm going to make it rain on you." So the Lord brought rain to the trip. Kind of interesting there. Um, Okay, it says in December 2014, Obama announced the U.S. would normalize relationship with Cuba. I think a lot of people were like, "Why?" You know. So, anyways, he did what he did. He's doing what he's doing. Okay. We definitely talked about this in the past, and we said watch Obama. Watch him reconnect with Iran, Cuba, and these places that are supposed to be the United States enemies, and he's going to make friends with them. Okay. And that's exactly what he did. He made friends with. He's of course he's secretly friends with Vladimir Putin. Okay, because we heard it on the audio that he thought was turned off, but it wasn't turned off, and he said that he's on his Vladimir Putin side. He's gonna be on the side of Vladimir Putin. So we heard that audio, and so we know that Obama's on Vladimir Putin's side, regardless of how it looks. They're both working together. And then of course Cuba, and then Iran and other places as well. So we know that this was coming, and we here it is. Okay, so very very interesting. It says Cubans will now be able to open U.S. bank accounts, and those who live in the U.S. can earn a salary or compensation. Wow, America just giving away money, aren't they? uh, you know, uh, a dying empire still giving away money. It is what it is. Okay, so let's look at another one right here. I was gonna do two separate videos, but I'm just gonna put it in one because it's already 7:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let's begin here. Says top economist says Bernie Sanders plan will actually save the U.S. $5 trillion. Now we've heard this a lot of times from candidates all the time. This person's plan will save this much money. I think we heard it from Obama's camp when he was running. Obama's plan will save taxpayers $200 billion or $200 trillion, and that never plans out, does it? We end up spending $200 trillion when they get in office, instead of us being something cut 200 trillion. Their plan backfires on them, and it ends up paying the taxpayers end up having to pay the cost of a lot of things, court cases, scientific things, doctor things, prescription stuff, unemployment, you name it. The taxpayers are paying for it, and it's not getting any better. And then to make it even worse, the rich of the rich, which Obama said he would stop giving them tax breaks, they even got better tax breaks under Obama. So I mean, it's very frustrating for those who work, especially 9 to 5s, and they see that they can't make any money, but yet the people that are at the top don't even pay taxes. Okay, so at one point, Facebook wasn't even paying any taxes. And I don't even think Google was paying taxes at one point as well. I mean, that is just unbelievable. So here it says on Monday that the Wall Street Journal published an article claiming that presidential candidate Bernie Sanders backs 18 trillion in new spending over a decade. Since then, multiple media outlets have refuted that claim, uh, with a litany of facts and basic policy changes, which could make the actual cost of his proposed program negligible by replacing current government programs that are bloated and inefficient. Wow. Okay, so it says accurate or not, the 18 trillion figure has immediately conjured images of red flags bearing the likeness of Karl Marx waving over crowded plazas filled with American citizens standing in line all day to buy $8 rolls of government toilet paper. um, it was intended to scare people and tell them that Bernie Sanders intends to spend America into bankruptcy. But would he? Question mark. Bernie Sanders is confident that his brand of democratic socialism, wow, could replace our current system and corporate welfare. I don't like anything that says socialism next to it. Okay, democratic socialism. That's not good. Okay. I think Bernie Sanders is cool, but I don't like socialism. I don't like communism. Ask China if socialism and communism is good. Ask Cuba. Ask all these countries that are under socialism and communism, and ask them if it's really good. Okay, it's demoralizing. It's it sucks. People telling you where you can go, where you can spend your money, when to come back home, when you need to be in the house. I mean, no opportunities. You can't wake up and create something without the government having to tell you if it's approved by them and all. I mean, my goodness, it's like a big babysitter. Okay, when you talk about communism and socialism, it's basically you're being babysit by the government. So bigger government. We don't need big government. We need America was great on small government. I don't. I think people forget that. I think people forget that when America, after World War I and World War II, and America was coming into power and was coming into dominant power around the world, that we had small government. We didn't have large government. We had small government, and we had people that were getting the right education and were able to go out there at 18 years old, get a job, buy a house, raise a family, and the wife could stay at home and enjoy the time with the children until the children were old enough to go to school, and then she could pursue something on her own. You can't even do that anymore because government has now been so big, they're giving out handouts. People are now they can't buy a house at 18. They can't find a job after 21. They go to Yale and Harvard and they can't even find work. Okay, so things have changed because the government is big. The government needs to be small. Only way a country is thrives is when the government is small, not big. When the government becomes your babysitter, you're in big trouble. And that's what America is becoming. And Bernie Sanders wants a democratic socialism. So that means he wants an even bigger government because socialism and communism is big government. Okay, government tells you what to eat, what to do, how to dress, how to communicate, where to go, where not to go, how to be in, curfews, all that stuff comes with socialism and communism. Okay, so we definitely don't want to live like that in America. We love our democracy. We love our freedom that we fought for. Okay, freedom wasn't free. We fought for freedom. We had a lot of people die for our freedom. Okay, so to come in here and talk about some socialism and communism, that is just, I don't like any of these presidents candidates at all. I think they need to start over and start from scratch and revisit the names of these people because this is just bad. I mean, this is the first time that most Americans are like, who in the hell are these people? Okay, that are trying to run this country. We need a redo. We need a re-over. We got one guy who thinks he is, I mean, he's out of control. Which is Donald Trump. He says whatever he says in his mind, which is fine with me, but not as a president. It's not. It's like Kanye West being a president. I mean, goodness gracious, you don't know what he's gonna say at a dinner party or at meetings and things. He might just lose his mind. You know what I mean? It's like a loose cannon. That is not good for to be a president. And then you have Hillary Clinton, who's corrupt with emails. Bernie Sanders, who wants socialism, and the other people are Ted Cruz. He's just not likable for a lot of people. So, anyways, That's it for me. Eyes open. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.